Karvek seized the human female's collar and yanked her down the corridor. She stumbled, but twisted like a live wire, her small hands clawing at his grip. Karvek tightened his hold. This soft-skinned captive from the raid belonged in the holding bay, secured before Captain Silith demanded a status report. Humans broke easily under dominance. Standard doctrine. "Move," he growled. Shoving her forward, she planted her feet. Her boots scraped the deck plating. Karvek dragged her anyway, her weight negligible against his shock trooper frame. The corridor lights flickered from the recent skirmish damage. Alarms hummed low in the bulkheads. The female snarled something in her guttural language, primitive, unrefined. Karvek ignored it. He quickened his pace toward the bay hatch 20 meters ahead. Her elbow jabbed his forearm. He batted it aside without slowing, then pain exploded in his throat. She jammed her thumb straight into his ventral nerve cluster, the throat point every Varak trooper guarded like a plasma core. Karvek's vision blurred. His fingers spasmed open. She broke free and spun away, rubbing her neck. Impossible. No prisoner knew that strike. Humans lacked the neural mapping. Rage surged. Karvek lunged, clamping her shoulder. She kicked his knee, but he absorbed it. His other arm hooked her waist. He slammed her against the nearest bulkhead. The impact rattled her teeth. She gasped, eyes wide and defiant. Karvek pinned her there, his forearm across her chest. She weighed less than a standard ration crate, but her struggles carried feral strength. "Stay down," he rasped, voice thick from the lingering sting. He slapped the restraint cuff from his belt onto her wrist. The device hummed, injecting neural suppressants through the strap. Standard protocol locked limbs in rigid compliance. She went limp, or so he thought. Her free hand shot up. Teeth sank into the cuff's synth leather strap. Karvek stared. No one-bit restraints. Varric jaws cracked under such force. Humans filled theirs blunt for aesthetics. She tore through, fabric ripped. The cuff dangled useless from her wrist. Severed. Before he blinked, she bolted for the service hatch 2 paces away. Her fingers punched the release panel. The hatch hissed open, revealing a narrow maintenance conduit choked with conduits and flickering access nodes. Karvek roared and tackled her mid-stride. They crashed into the conduit together. Her body hit first, cushioning his mass. Sparks flew from a dislodged panel. His head struck a support strut. Darkness swallowed him. Pain dragged Karvek back. He groaned, or tried to. Nothing emerged. His throat burned like plasma fire. He pushed up on shaking arms. The human lay sprawled beneath him, unconscious, a bruise blooming on her temple. Conduit air reeked of scorched insulation. Karvek tried to call for backup. Silence. He cleared his throat, rasped. Nothing. Panic clawed his gut. Vocal cords severed? The throat point strike? Had she crushed his larynx? He rolled off her, scanning the conduit. Emergency comm panel glowed 5 meters down, half buried in debris. He crawled toward it, dragging her limp form by the ankle. "Secure the prisoner first." Report second. The ship shuddered. Distant explosions rocked the hull. Battle stations? The raid had drawn pursuers. Federation scouts, likely. Captain Silith would flay him for losing control of one captive. Karvek reached the panel, smashed the alert stud. No voice meant manual input. He stabbed the hollow keys. Shock Trooper Karvek. Conduit 7B. Prisoner secured. Medical. The panel beeped acknowledgement. He slumped back, clutching his throat. Breathe. Assess. Dominance codes demanded he crush resistance immediately. Yet this human had countered every move. Her eyes fluttered open. She jerked upright, yanking her ankle free. Karvek lunged to pin her again, but his weakened grip slipped. She scrambled back, eyes darting, assessing threats like a seasoned scout. "Stay," he mouthed, forcing the word silent. Frustration boiled. He gestured sharply at the severed cuff on the deck. She froze, then laughed. A short, breathless bark. No fear. She rubbed her wrist, eyeing his throat. "You okay, big guy?" That looked nasty. Her words grated through the haze. She spoke passable Varak, pidgin from the raid translators. Humans adapted fast. Karvek jabbed a finger at the hatch behind her. Sealed now, but escape meant death in the damaged ship. He mimed restraint. Hands locked together. She glanced at the comm panel's glow, nodded once. Scooped up the broken cuff strap like a trophy. Truce. Ship's hurting. Another shutter hit. Lights dimmed. She braced against the wall. Karvek nodded stiffly. Temporary, until MedTech arrived. But she didn't wait. She yanked a loose conduit panel free, exposing a tangle of power relays. Her fingers danced over them, rerouting, bypassing. Sparks died. Emergency lights stabilized. Karvek gaped. Varric-Tech's trained cycles for such repairs. She did it in seconds, grease smearing her hands. Power surge incoming, she said, not looking up. From engineering breach. Hold on. He grabbed a strut as the conduit bucked. She wedged herself beside him, shoulder to shoulder. Her warmth seeped through his armor, oddly steady amid chaos. The surge passed. Silence returned, broken only by dripping coolant. Footsteps echoed from the main hatch. Barak boots, heavy, disciplined. Karvek tensed, ready to signal dominance, prove control. The hatch cycled. Captain Sileth strode in, flanked by 2 troopers. His crest flared in irritation. Karvek. Report. Karvek opened his mouth. Nothing. He pointed to his throat, then the human. Sileth's eyes narrowed on her. The earthling. Intact. She stood slowly, hands visible. No defiance now. Just calm readiness. Karvek nodded. Gestured. She struck throat point. Voice gone. Sileth barked a laugh. A soft thing cripples my best shock trooper. Pathetic. He waved the troopers forward. Secure her properly. Double cuffs. Karvek, to medbay. Your softness is noted. The troopers advanced. The human, Mara, the raid logs called her, didn't flinch. She met Sileth's gaze. Said nothing. Karvek's jaw clenched. Softness? He had tackled her, secured the conduit alert. She repaired it. 1 trooper grabbed her arm. She twisted free. Minimal effort, then let them cuff her with the fresh restraints. No biting this time. Eyes flicked to Karvek. A nod, almost respectful. Sileth turned to leave. Then, 9 will patch you, Karvek. But fail again, and your scrub duty. They dragged Mara out. Karvek followed on foot, throat-throbbing. The corridor swarmed with repair crews now. Damage reports scrolled on wall screens. Hull breaches. Pursuers closing. In medbay, Ven 9 scanned him without preamble. The medtech's probes hummed over his neck. Nerve cluster trauma. Human thumb strike? Precise. Larynx inflamed. Silence for days, maybe weeks. Karvek signed how. She knew the point. Then. 9 shrugged. Instinct. Human anatomy scans showed denser muscle density. Jaws like industrial shears. Odd species. He injected a regen gel. Rest. No combat. Karvek slammed a fist on the exam slab. Rest, with Sileth doubting him. A comm pinged. Sileth's voice. Karvek! Human resists interrogation. Claims ship knowledge. Your mess. Handle it. Ben, 9 raised a ridge. Captain assigns you, mute. Karvek stood. Nodded. He would dominate through action. Prove the codes. But as he exited medbay, Mara's face lingered in his mind. Her repair. Her calm. Not cargo. Something more. The holding bay hatch loomed. He palmed it open. She sat chained to the bench, head up. Saw him. Smiled faintly. Back for round 2? Karvek crossed to her. Karvek lunged at Mara, claws extended to seize her collar. She twisted free in a blur. Her hand shot up, thumb jabbing his inflamed throat. Pain exploded. He staggered back, gasping silently, knees buckling. Mara pinned him to the deck before he hit. Her knee drove into his chest. Chains rattled as she locked his wrist with her shackled hands. Easy, big guy. You're hurt. He thrashed once. Useless. Her grip held like alloy clamps. Those dense human muscles. Then, 9's scans hadn't lied. Karvek glared up at her. No fear in her eyes, just assessment. She eased off. Released him. Stood. Let me see. Her fingers probed his neck gently, traced the bruise, pressed the larynx. He flinched. She nodded. Nerve shock. Not swelling. You can breathe fine. Voice'll come back. Karvek shoved her hand away. Rose. Towered over her. Signed sharply. Medbay, now. Mara smirked. Can't talk? Figures. She glanced at her chains. Unshackle me first. Can't walk you like this. He hesitated. Dominance code screamed no. But Sileth's orders burned. He palmed the release. Chains clattered free. She rubbed her wrists. Flexed fingers. Thanks. Lead on. Karvek strode out. Mara followed close, His blade hung holstered at his hip. He left it there. No need to draw on a technician. Corridor hummed with repair drones. Crew shot glances. Whispers. Karvek with the human. Medbay hatch hissed open. Then, 9 looked up from a console. Back already? Status. Karvek pointed at Mara. Signed. She comes. Scan her work. Then, 9's ridges furrowed. Human? Irrelevant. Obedience toxin protocol. He prepped injector aimed at Karvek's neck. Mara stepped forward. Blocked it. Stop. That's not a toxin. Nerve strike. Scanned for synaptic disruption. Then, 9 snorted. Primitive. Your kind secretes compliance pheromones. Standard. Wrong. Mara snatched the scanner from his tray, held it to Karvek's throat. See, firing pattern mismatch. Shock cascade here. She tapped the screen. Red spikes flared. Then, 9 leaned in, scowled. How? You're not credentialed, Earthfield Medic Cert. Scan deeper. Frequency lock on your nerve clusters. She adjusted the probe, held it steady against Karvek's skin. Hum deepened. Data scrolled. Laryngeal inhibition. 72 hours minimum. Karvek watched. Her fingers moved precise, confident. No fumbling. Then, 9's probes always itched. Hers chilled just right. Then, 9 grumbled. Acceptable. Temporary. He recalibrated his own scanner. Mimicked her settings. Human trick. Basic anatomy. Mara set the device down. Turned to Karvek. Can you swallow? He tried. Rasped silently. Nodded. Good. Ice it. No heat. She eyed Ven. 9. You got a board? Marker? Ven? 9 fetched a data slate. Mara grabbed it. Scribbled fast. Yes, / no / pain. Water. Food. She thrust it at Karvek. Tap 1. He stared. Warrior reduced to taps. Claws flexed, but throat burned. He tapped. Pain. Mara nodded. Scale. Added numbers 1, 1, 0. 6. He tapped. Then 9. Hovered. This is procedure. Mara ignored him. Water? Karvek tapped. Yes. She turned to Ven. 9. My price. Water ration. Food pack. Unshackle permanent. Captain's custody. Or I walk. He stays mute. Mara crossed arms. Stared Ven. 9 down. Karvek tensed. Would she abandon? No. Her eyes flicked to him. Steady. Ven. 9 sighed. Dispensed a pouch. Tossed a nutrient bar. Deal. But monitored. Mara caught them. Drank deep. Ate half the bar. Pocketed the rest. Better. She held the board up. Regen gel? Karvek tapped yes. Ven. 9 injected it. Cool rush spread. Pain dulled to 4. Mara checked the scan again. Monitor every 4 hours. No combat. She pocketed the board. Walk with me. Karvek blinked. Signed Y. Muscle therapy. Get blood flowing. She gripped his elbow, tugged him toward the hatch. He followed. Blade still holstered. Her hand firm on his arm. Crew parted in the corridor. Stairs burned. Back in medbay proper. She made him sit. Extended his neck. Massaged ridges gently. Tilt left. Hold. Pressure built. Released. Voice box tingled. He tapped. No. Pain. Good. Mara stepped back. Wiped hands. Twice daily. You'll talk by shift end. Then. 9 watched from console. Efficient. But why help? Mara shrugged. Survival. Ships leaking. Pursuers inbound. Mute warriors dead weight. Karvek signed, not dead. She read it. Smiled faint. Prove it. Alarm blared. Wall screen flashed. Hull breach sector 7. Intruders detected. Silas' voice boomed over comms. All hands! Boarding pods. Karvek. Secure human. Medbay lockdown. Karvek surged up. Throat ached, but adrenaline surged. He grabbed his blade. Holstered still? No. Drawn now. Claws itched for fight. Mara stood. Wait. Scan first. She jabbed Ven. 9. Intruder bio. Then. 9 patched in. Kravav raiders. Poison blades. Neural stings. Karvek growled silent. Kravath. His old foes. Dominance through venom. Mara nodded. Antidote stocks? Low. Then. 9 prepped hypos. Give me 2. Mara held out hand. Karvek signed. No. Stay. She met his eyes. You can't yell orders. I can patch stings. Trade? He paused. Codes clashed, but breach sirens wailed. He tossed her a hypo. Kept one. Hatch rattled. Explosives? No. Manual breach. Karvek charged. Blade high. Mara flanked him. Hypo ready. First Kravith burst through. Spindly, fangs dripping. Stung at Karvek. He parried. Slashed arm. Green ichor sprayed. Mara darted past. Hypo to the thing's neck. It spasmed, dropped. Second lunged at her. Karvek intercepted. Blade sank deep. But sting grazed his shoulder. Burn spread. Mara spun. Hypo plunged into his arm. Fire halted. Told you. Third Kravith piled in. Ven? 9 yelped from behind console. Karvek roared silent. Tackled it, pinned. Mara stabbed Hypo. Done. Silence fell. Bodies twitched. Breach sealed auto. Then, 9 emerged. Flawless. Human, synced. Karvek sheathed blade, tapped the board Mara held. Yes. She grinned. Trust me yet? He nodded once. Slow. Respect flickered. Her calm amid chaos. Not cargo. Partner. Calm crackled. Silith, report. Med bay secure. Karvek tapped furiously. Secure. Human assist. 3 kills. Pause. Human? Proceed, but watch her. Mara leaned close. Whispered, he'll learn. Karvek's ridges flushed. Her scent, sweat, competence, lingered. Throat loosened fraction. A rasp escaped. Not words, but promise. Whole groaned. Pursuers closed. Bigger threats loomed. He gripped his blade. She gripped the board. Together? Maybe. Another alarm. Engine core breach. Captain Sileth's image flickered on the medbay console. His crest flared red. Karvek. Report full status. Your signals lag. And why the rasp in that last burst? Karvek's claws stabbed the board. Voice impaired. Human reflex defense. Self-protect strike during capture. Non-malicious. Mara stood at his shoulder. She crossed her arms. Watched the exchange without a board of her own. Sileth's eyes narrowed. Pixels glitched from the engine alarms. Human sabotage. Confirmed. Restrain her. Full shock collars. Interrogate compliance. 2 restraint teams burst through the hatch. Coils hummed. Shock prods sparked blue. Karvek lunged, planted himself between Mara and the team. His blade half drawn. He signed furious code at the console feed. Negative. Human synced kills. 3 Kravith down. Voice recoverable. No restraints. The lead tech hesitated. Prods dipped. Sileth snarled. Stand down, shock trooper.
Or join her. Karvek held position.
Chest heaved silent. Mara's hand brushed his arm. Steady. No fear sent. She stepped forward. Slapped the hull status panel beside the console. Lights cascaded. Schematics bloomed. Red veins pulsed through brig sectors. Radiation leak. Core breach venting into holding cells. Your brig's poisoned. Evac now or fry. Ven? 9 scuttled close. Scanned the readout. Confirmed. Gamma flux at lethal thresholds. Human vitals tolerate, but us. Silith cut in. Crest flat black. Lies. Human tricks. Mara tapped the panel override. Raw data streamed. Isotope signatures matched core logs. No fakes. Karvek signed. Truth. She flagged it. Trust her scan. Sileth paused. Hull groaned deeper. Alarms layered. Pursuers' torpedoes inbound. Fine. Quarantine Module 7. Lock them as test subjects. Discipline for the human. Proof for you, Karvek. Survive the leak together. Or don't. Hatch, irised shut behind them. Module sealed with a hiss. Dim light cycled yellow. Air recyclers whirred overtime. Karvek scanned the cramped space. 2 bunks. Medkit bolted to bulkhead. Status screen blinked. Radiation, 120 rad/hour. Rising. Mara wedged a panel open. Pulled diagnostic tools. Your captain's a dick. This is no test.
It's a cage.
He nodded, signed on the wall slate. Discipline. My failure. She snorted. Ripped insulation from a conduit. Twisted wires. Failure? You just body blocked your own team for me. That's trust. Radiation ticked up. 150. His skin prickled. Vision edged fuzzy. He gripped the bunk frame, gestured at her work. Fix. Working on it.
She jury-rigged a bypass. Sparks flew.
Vent hummed louder. Your ship's shielding sucks for this. Humans deal with leaks routine. Chernobyl vibes. Karvek watched her hands. Precise. No tremor. His throat burned. Old wound from her strike throbbed. But no blame. She saved him thrice now. Hypo in the breach. Scans here. Torpedo warning blared. Module shuddered. Pursuers closed. He signed. Arm you. She glanced at his blade sheath. Grinned. Hell yes. Team up. He tossed her a vibro knife from the kit, smaller, fit her grip. Hull bucked. Breach klaxon screamed ship-wide. Silith's voice cut through. All hands, evade. Engine at 40%. Radiation, 200. Karvek's limbs waited. He sagged against the wall, signed slow. Weakening. Mara sealed the bypass. Radiation stalled at 210. Shielding patched.
Buy us time. She caught his arm.
Propped him on the bunk. Injected a stabilizer from the kit. Your medtech's hypo. Tuned it for you. Cool rush spread. Strength returned fraction. He gripped her wrist. Held. Her pulse steady under soft skin. Human fragility myth. Her eyes locked his. No dominance. Equals. She leaned in, voice low. You protected me back there. Why? He tapped slate. Partner synced. Her cheeks flushed. Scent shifted. Warm. Inviting. Good. Because we're not dying in this box. Module hatch rattled. External breach? No. Drone probe. Silith testing? Karvek rose. Blade out. Mara flanked. Knife ready. Probe arm snaked through seal crack. Claws whirred. He slashed. Severed it. Sparks rained. Mara stabbed the stump. Freed circuits. Probe withdrew. Hatch reinforced. Silith's feed activated. Impressive, but leak persists. Prove human worth, Karvek. Or both culled. Karvek signed at the camera. Open hatch. We fix core. Denial buzzed. Feed cut. Radiation crept to 220. His vision blurred again. He leaned on her. She bore his weight. No complaint. Plan B. Mara yanked the medkit apart. Exposed a plasma torch. We burned through. Get to the core ourselves. He nodded. Signed. Lead. She torched the hatch lock. Metal glowed orange. Air scorched. Warning lights flashed red. Module integrity failing. They burst into the corridor. Steam vented. Crew scrambled past. Ignored them. Engine sector loomed. Sealed. Guards posted. Karvek charged. Silent roar in his chest. Blade felled first guard. Mara ducked under second. Knife to throat. Third spun. Prod raised. She triggered her stolen hypo. Stunner dose. It dropped, twitching. Corridor clear. They pried core hatch. Radiation blasted out. Karvek shielded her. Pushed through. Core chamber. Fractured shielding. Plasma arcs danced. Mara scanned. Seal the outer hole first. Then flux cap. He nodded. Grabbed weld clamps. Held plate steady. She torched seams. Sweat beaded her skin. Human endurance. Endless. Arcs stabilized. Core hummed, steady. Alarms eased. Radiation dropped shipwide. Silas' voice boomed. Status. Karvek tapped corridor panel. Core secure. Human led. Pause. Return to module. Debrief. Mara wiped soot. Gripped his arm. Not without you calling bullshit. He signed. Together.
Back at module. Hatch open now.
Then, 9 waited with scanners. Impossible tolerances. Then, 9 muttered. Human baseline shrugs, 300 rads. Mara shrugged. Routine maintenance. Space work. Karvek's throat itched. A full rasp. Escaped. Truth. Then, 9's crest spiked. Silith appeared in person, flanked by teams. Softness confirmed, Karvek. Silith-eyed Mara. Leverage intact. Karvek stepped forward. Rasped louder. Partner. Silith sneered. Prove it. Next breach. She leads you. Hull rocked. New alarms. Boarders detected. Main deck. Karvek gripped blade. Mara knife ready. Silith smirked. Discipline. Karvek met Mara's gaze. Her nod sealed it. Death sentence? No. Rebirth. They charged into the fray. Together. Blaster fire scorched the bulkhead inches from Karvek's crest. He lunged, blade slicing through the boarder's armored joint. The intruder crumpled, ichor spraying. Mara flanked him, her scavenged pistol barking precise shots. 2 more fell. Left flank, she snapped. Karvek pivoted, his throat burned from the rasp earlier. No time for words. He charged, tackling the last boarder into a console. Sparks flew, the alien thrashed, claws raking his scales. Mara jammed her knife into its neck slit. It stilled. Silence hit, broken only by distant shouts. Bodies littered the main deck. Silith's voice crackled over comms. Clear? Report. Karvek tapped his panel. Throat seized, nothing came out. He signed to Mara. Voice gone. Her eyes narrowed, assessing. No panic. She grabbed his arm. Later, alarm shifting.
Oxygen breach. New whale pierced the air.
Hull puncture. Quarantine lockdown. O2 dropping. Lights flickered red. Ventilation hissed wrong, thin. Acrid. Guards pounded down the corridor. Silas teams. Not allies now. His sneer echoed in Karvek's mind. Prove it. Mara yanked him toward a side vent. In here. Move. He hesitated. Shock trooper pride flared. Crawl spaces for techs, not warriors. She tore the grill open with bare hands, metal screeching. Bent fingers. No flinch. Ripped her tunic sleeve. Twisted it into a plug. Taped it over a secondary vent with scavenged strips. Airflow steadied in their corner. Rerouted. Buys time. Karvek stared. Human hands, fragile looking, warped steel like foil. He nodded, crouching low. Trust me, she said. Pulled a timer from her tool pouch. Hold breath. 10 seconds. Go. He inhaled deep, chest burning. Held. She counted. Now sprint. 5 steps. Back. Oxygen clawed thin already. His lungs screamed at 8 seconds. He staggered forward anyway. Mara matched pace, knife out. Again. Build tolerance. 3rd sprint, vision blurred. Karvek gripped her shoulder for balance. She didn't shove him off. Held steady. Humans train for this. Vacuum walks. Bad shifts. Routine. She called it routine. His world spun on dominance. Overpower or die. Hers. Endure. Adapt. Then, Nine's voice boomed outside. Quarantine seals.
Evacuate deck.
Guards hammered panels. Silith barked orders. Find the human. Karvek's liability. Mara snatched a maintenance diode from a wall access. Glowed blue as she swept it low. Leak map. High rad pockets here. She scratched safe lanes on the deck with the diode's edge. Chalk lines glowing faint. Follow yellow. Avoid red. Karvek traced them. Precise. No guesswork. His blade hand twitched useless. He signed. Lead. She nodded once, gripped a loose pipe from the deck, jammed it into the quarantine door's seam. Leverage. Push with me. He planted shoulders against it. Mara heaved from the other end. Door groaned. Hinges popped. They tumbled through as guards rounded the corner. Service crawl space? She whispered, dragged him in. Hatch clanged shut behind. Darkness swallowed them. Crawl space hummed. Tight and hot. Her breath even. His ragged. Alarms muffled outside. Boots thundered past. Silith's growl carried. Flush them! Humans' tricks end now. Mara crawled ahead. Diode lighting patches. O2 holding at 12%. We looped to engineering subdeck. Hatch the puncture. Karvek followed. Bulk scraping walls. Pride stung. Him, reduced to shadow and pipes. But her calm anchored. No fear sent. Just focus. She paused at a junction. Guards bottlenecked. Your move. He signed. Blade ready. Gestured strike. Good. She squeezed his claw. Brief. Electric. Together, they emerged in a dim sub-corridor. Leak hissed ahead, plasma scar on hull. Venting Atmo. Mara scanned. Flux cap again. You hold plate. Familiar now. He clamped it steady. She welded fast. But guards breached the far hatch. Blasters whined. Karvek shoved her behind crates. Fired his sidearm. One guard dropped. Mara flanked, pistol popping heads. Timer breath. Now. He held lungs tight. Sprinted cover to cover. Low O2 clawed. Vision tunneled. She yanked him down. Safe lane, go. They cleared the pack. Hull sealed. Alarms dipped. But Silith's teams multiplied. Captain's shuttle docked nearby. Reinforcements. Mara wiped sweat. Can't fight whole ship. We need leverage. Karvek's throat throbbed silent. Signed, you. Her laugh low. Damn right. Pulled him toward medbay access. Then, Nine's domain. Medtech whirled as they burst in. Contaminants. Quarantine. Mara pinned him. Fix his voice, or I reroute your air next. Then, Nine's crest flattened. Scanned Karvek. Vocal damage from rad exposure. Human proximity skewed readings. Injected foam stabilizer. Throat eased. Karvek rasped test. Progress. Nine gaped. You. Endured 400 rads unshielded. Mara shrugged. Space work. Suits fail. You improvise. Silith stormed the bay. Flanked heavy. Traitor. Human taint. Karvek stepped forward. Voice gravel but clear. Partner. Saved core. Saved deck. Sileth's pistol rose. Discipline fails. Execution. Mara moved first. Diode flashed into Silith's scanner, frying it. Karvek's blade followed, disarming. Guards froze.
Yield.
Karvek growled. She leads. We follow.
Silith snarled.
But teams shifted. Whispers spread. Human baseline. Impossible. Mara gripped Karvek's arm, eyes locked, trust sealed in silence and steel. Hull shuddered again. Deeper alarms. Borders breach auxiliary core. Silith paled. Impossible. Mara grinned. My shift. Let's go. Karvek nodded. Her hand in his claw. No dominance. Equals. They charged. Karvek slammed the medbay door seal behind them. Mara yanked his claw forward. Corridor lights flickered red. Boots thundered ahead. Silith's patrol, 6 shock troopers, plasma lances primed. Patrol. Karvek rasped, his new voice scraped, like hull gravel. Mara shoved the wrench into her belt. Buy me seconds. She ducked low. He stepped into the open, raised empty claws high. Universal surrender signal. Patrol lead. Vorak, old squad mate, halted the line. Visors snapped to him. Karvek! Traitor stands. Vorak's lance cycled charge. Karvek signed sharp. Human asset. Surrendering her. Captain's orders. Vorak advanced. Lance tip hovered at Karvek's throat plates. Silith signaled execution. Drop. Behind. Mara crouched unseen. Karvek held still. Pulse thrummed in his vents. Trust her. Seconds ticked. She struck. Wrench whipped into the corridor light rail overhead. Metal sparked. Current arced wild. Patrol visors whited out. Emergency overload fried optic feeds. Vorak blinded. Fired blind. Bolt scorched wall. Karvek lunged. Claws clamped Vorak's lance barrel. Twisted hard. Weapon clattered free. He scooped a loose shield plate from deck debris, twisted bulkhead scrap, and slammed it up. Second bolt slammed the plate. Heat splashed. Karvek roared, voice cracking clear. Third trooper swung low. Karvek plate bashed his visor, crackled plastic. Trooper reeled. Mara vaulted past. Fingers flew over pressure door panel. Locking! Door hissed shut. Patrol trapped inside, pounding futile. She ripped Vorak's comm slate from his belt, snagged his access tag. Got keys. Move! Karvek dropped the plate. Claws flexed. His people, trapped, cursing through the door. They retreated from her shadow, visors rebooting too slow. He followed, no question. Her plan pulled him now. Auxiliary core access loomed. Borders breached there. Alarms wailed hull integrity fail. Silith's reinforcements poured from shuttle bay, but Mara veered them into vents. Shortcut, she said, slid the tag. Grate, popped. Karvek squeezed after. Bulk strained his frame. Human body slipped easy. Competence, not fragile. Vents hummed hot, echoes of plasma fire ahead. Borders. Krezi clan raiders. Hit core for scrap drives. We flank, he rasped. My people hold line. Silith's pinned. Your voice sold it. Partner. They hesitate. Claw grazed her shoulder. She didn't flinch, leaned into it. Core chamber erupted ahead. Great view. Krezi swarm. Spindly limbs. Vibro claws ripping conduits. Troopers fired bursts. Shields held, but Radleek vents glowed toxic. Mara, whispered plan. Signed back. Karvek draws fire. She reroutes power grid. Shuts rad vents. Blinds raiders. He nodded. Burst great. Charged center. Krezi turned. Vibro claws whirred. Dominion meet. Karvek grabbed fallen lance. Fired sweeping arc. Shield plate deflected return slashes. Raiders piled. His plates dented. Voice bellowed orders. Instinct. Blank. Core hold. Troopers rallied, but radfog thickened. Vents spewed death. Mara dropped silent from side vent. Slate interfaced panel. Fingers danced. Grid hummed. Raiders spasmed. Their suits shorted. Human jury-rigged alien grids incompatible. Claws locked mid-swing. Karvek smashed through. Plate caved a skull plate. Lance pierced another. Troopers stared. Vorak burst from side door, visor patched. Karvek. She? Mara stood amid fallen raiders. Wrench bloodied. Core secure. Rad vents sealed. Silith shoved through. Pistol drawn. Human witchery. Execute both. Troopers shifted. Whispers. Endured rads. Fixed voice. Breached vents. Karvek stepped between. Lance leveled at Silith. She leads. We survived because. Silith's crest flared. Dominance codes. Failed. Karvek's rasp cut deep. Cooperation wins. Mara's hand found his claw. Squeezed. Eyes met. Human fire. Unyielding. Troopers lowered lances. Vorak first. Partner. Silith snarled. Holstered pistol. Turned to comms. Shuttle recall. Human assists. Hull groaned quiet. Alarms silenced. Karvek pulled Mara close. Claw over her back. No dominance. Protection. Equals. She grinned up. Told you. Wrench and plan. But deep scanners pinged. New breach. Shuttle bay. Krezi reinforcements docked heavy. Silith paled. Fleet grade. Mara checked slate. My shift again. Pulled him toward shuttle access. Claw in hand. Raiders waited no mercy. Karvek followed. Voice steady now. Together. Core stabilized, but war spread. Trust forged in radfire held. They hit shuttle bay at sprint. Double doors buckled under Krezi rams. Troopers braced barricades. Plasma scorched air. Then, 9 patched wounded nearby. Crust low. Human protocols saved half. Improvise. Baseline. Mara ignored. Slate hacked bay controls. Overload launch rails. Trapped their heavies. Karvek covered her. Blasted rammer drone. How? Watch. She yanked conduit. Sparks flew. Rails whined. Overload. Doors burst. Krezi heavies lumbered in. Four-legged tanks. Mandible cannons. Rails erupted. Launch force reversed. Heavies crushed against bulkheads. Wreckage piled. Troopers cheered. Silith barked. Secure wrecks. Strip weapons. Karvek hauled Mara back. Claw tight. Her breath quick against his plates. Pulse synced. You, he rasped. Underestimated. She traced his throat scar. Earned it. Then, 9 approached cautious. Scanner out. Human. 200 rads logged. Numbered degens. How? Spacework, Mara said. Suits fail. Adapt. Medtech's vents cycled awe. Teach. Silith overheard. Crest twitched. No retort. Hull quaked anew. Scanner alert. Krezi Dreadclaw inbound. Tractor lock. Fleet. Karvek growled. Mara's eyes sharpened. Slate glowed over rides. Not yet. Bridge access. I fly us out. Troopers parted. Vorak tossed her a sidearm. Lead. Karvek walked beside. No lead. No follow. Bonded. Bridge doors cycled. Silith already there, helm frantic. Evac protocols. Mara slid into aux console. Tag bypassed locks. Tractor counter. Vent plasma burst. Fake debris field. Fingers flew. Karvek manned guns. Aimed true. Dreadclaw loomed view screens. Tractor beams groped. Plasma vented. Ship tumbled wild. Beams slipped. Debris cloud masked. Raiders veered off. Pursuit broken. Crew exhaled. Silith gripped console. Human competence. Bara leaned back. Karvek's claw on her shoulder. Warmth seeped through suit. Partners, he said. She nodded. Hand over claw. Romance sparked quiet. Trust deeper than codes. But comms crackled. Krezi intercept. Dominion prey flees. Clan hunts. Silith snarled. Jump prep. Mara grinned. Better. My wrench reroutes engines. Hot pursuit trap. Karvek laughed. First true sound. Her plan. Is strength. Victory brewed. All thrummed to life. Jump coils charged. But Dreadclaw flanked fast. Mandibles gleamed hungry. Plasma burst rocked the bridge. Karvek's claws gripped the gun controls. Dreadclaw mandibles clamped the hull. Sparks flew from consoles. He fired point blank. Enemy shields flickered. Silith barked orders. All hands repel boarders. Secure the human. Troopers surged. Karvek spun. A Krezi blade slashed through the fray. It caught his throat mid-roar. Pain exploded. Blood sprayed hot. He staggered, claws clutching the gash. Voice gone. Only wet rasp escaped. Mara yanked him down. Stay! Her sidearm barked twice. Krezi border crumpled. Hull groaned. Explosions chained. Silith's eyes locked on Karvek. Pressed flat. Betrayal cold. Shock trooper compromised. Isolate Sector 7. Vent coolant. Flush the weakness. Karvek lunged. No sound. Claws scraped deck. Mara hauled him into a side passage. Doors slammed shut behind. Power died. Lights flickered black. Darkness pressed. Karvek's throat burned. Blood pooled in his vents. He waved Mara off. Dominance code screamed, protect, lead. But legs buckled. She ignored. Calm slate glowed in her hand. Fingers danced over icons. Alien script twisted under her gaze. Got it. Rescue ping. External freak. Slate beeped confirmation. Signal out. Coolant hissed from vents. Air chilled fast. Frost-rimed walls. Karvek's lungs seized. Throat wound sucked cold deeper. Mara knelt, whipped medkit open. Hold still. She sprayed foam into the gash. White sealant bubbled, hardened. Pain dulled to throb. Total silence. No air waste. Nod if you get it. He nodded. Claws flexed. Wanted to growl orders. Couldn't. She scanned the corridor. Launch bays 2 decks down. Crawl space here. Pride panel loose. Tight duct yawned. Frost thickened. Her respirator mask fogged. His hung limp. Foam sealed it wrong. One mask left. Hers. Coolant fog billowed. Breath shortened. Silas' voice crackled over dying comms. Surrender the asset, Karvek, or freeze. Karvek's vision blurred. Pride ward. Accept her mask. Warrior yields no ground. Mara thrusted at him. Take it. He shook head. She pinched his jaw vents. Forced mask on. Strap tight. Air flooded sweet. She yanked her collar up. Dove into duct. Follow. He crawled after. Shoulders scraped metal. Her feet kicked ahead. Coolant seeped in. Temperature plunged. His suit stiffened with ice. Twist and ducked. She stopped. Turned. No mask. Lips blue. Pulled his off. Swapped breaths. Quick inhale. Passed back. He froze. Trust? From her? Human he'd chained days ago. She signed. 3 gestures. Thumb up. Tip. Point to him. Eyes locked. I trust you. Demand in her stare. Use it. His claws trembled. Copied. Thumb up. Fist tap. Point to her. She nodded. Mask back on her. Crawled on. Duct narrowed. Claws gouged grooves. Coolant pooled ankle deep. Slush dragged. Silith's traps escalated. Bulkheads groaned, shifting to crush. Karvek pushed forward. Her back inches away. Competence shone. No panic. Just adapt. Flashback pierced. Captured day. Human in cell. Defiant eyes. He'd loomed. Dominance absolute. Obey. She'd fixed his jammed cuff with a glance. Underestimated then. Now? She saved him. Twice. Dumped into maintenance bay. Launch pod doors ahead. Frosted shut. Mara slapped panel. Dead. Slate pinged. Response. Human signal received. ETA 20 cycles. Hold. Silith's laugh echoed comms. Predictable. Power surge. Overload vents. Heat spiked. Coolant flash boiled to steam. Scalding fog filled bay. Skin blistered through suits. Karvek ripped panel cover. Wires sparked. Pointed. Reroute. Mara grinned. No words needed. Spliced lines. Pod doors ground open. Escape pod gleamed. Steam choked. One respirator. He passed it again. She took quick sip. Signed the 3. Trust. He signed back. Faster now. They tumbled in. Mara strapped him down. Hit launch. Pod shot free. Stars wheeled. Dreadclaw loomed outside viewport. The tractor beams groped empty space. Their ship tumbled below, Krezi swarming. Silith's face flickered on pod comm. Traitors. You'll beg return. Pod thrusters fired. Mara overrode nav. Slate guided toward rescue blip. Karvek watched her. Claws found hers. Squeezed. No dominance. Equals. Warmth spread. Not foam. Not air. Deeper. Pod shuddered. Incoming fire grazed. She banked hard. Evasive weave. Human fly skills. Instinct pure. Rescue signal strengthened. Alliance frigate inbound. Silith's fleet closed. Dreadclaws flanked. Odds grim. Karvek manned pod guns. Throat ached. But resolve steel. Fired salvos. One raider vented atmosphere. Mara's hand brushed his crest. Trust signal flashed again. Partners. Explosions lit void. Alliance beams lanced in. Krezi scattered. Pod docked hard. Airlock cycled. Human tech swarmed. Earthmake. By insignia. Mara waved them to him first. Throat wound. Foam patch. Silence order. They nodded. Worked fast. Karvek rasped through pain. No voice yet. But eyes met hers. Gratitude burned. She leaned close. Whispered. Told you. Adapt. Alliance med scanned. Vocal cords regen in days. Human foam saved it. Karvek flexed claws. Signed her 3 gestures. Added 1. Press touch. Mate bond hint. In his codes. Her cheeks flushed. Human blush. Fingers intertwined. Silith's betrayal reports flooded channels. Karvek defected with asset. Terminate. Alliance captain hailed. State allegiance. Mara spoke for them. Mutual. He's mine. Karvek nodded. Pride swelled. Not dominance. Shared strength. Frigate jumped. Pursuit lost in warp. Shared, by her insistence. Night cycle. He woke to her touch. Foam scar itched. Voice tested. Whisper faint. Partners. She smiled. Pulled close. Lips met claw tip. Interspecies spark ignited. Trust sealed. Romance bloomed in silence. But Slate buzzed. New ping. Silith rallies clans. Dominion falls. Your proof? Escalation brewed. They rose together. Hull alarms wailed anew. Frigate dropped warp. Ambush grid ahead. Silith's trap. Dreadclaws waited. Mandibles wide. One breath. 2 wills. Launch bay called again. Dreadclaws ripped through the frigate's hull. Karvek slammed the launch bay door override. Alarms shrieked. Alliance crew scattered behind barricades. Silith's boarding squad poured in. Mandibles snapping. Plasma lances hot. Karvek lunged first. His claws sheared a trooper's rifle. The alien crumpled. Another fired. Stun bolt grazed Karvek's shoulder. Muscles locked. He hit the deck hard. Vision blurring. Claws scraped metal as he fought paralysis. Mara darted past. Human fingers flew over a shuttle console. Sparks flew. Ignition hummed alive. She slammed bay controls. Outer locks cycled with a hiss. Vacuum warnings blared. Silith strode through the breach, flanked by elites. His optics locked on Karvek. Traitor. The asset stays. Karvek pushed up. Throat burned. Foam scar itched like fire. He signed fury at his old second, Vorak, who hesitated at the ramp. Vorak's squad. Karvek's former shock troopers, flanked Silith now. Lances trained on Mara. She didn't flinch, grabbed a fallen stun pistol. Fired twice. 2 elites dropped twitching. Silith raised his lance. Karvek roared, sound tore free, vocal cords ignited. Pain lanced, but words rasped out. First since the wound. Squad, stand down. Vorak froze. Commander, your voice. Now! Karvek staggered forward, legs buckled from stun aftershocks. But he planted between Silith and Mara. Silith betrayed codes. Humans fight with us.
Stand down!
Silith laughed, mandibles clicking.
Defected to vermin?
Pathetic. He lunged. Mara spun. Hot-wired panel sparked again. Shuttle ramp dropped. She yanked Karvek aboard. Move. Vorak's squad wavered. Lances lowered. One by one, they turned on Silith's elites. Blaster fire erupted. Chaos swallowed the bay. Karvek collapsed into a jump seat. Mara sealed the ramp. Thrusters roared. Shuttle lurched free, dodging dread claw grapples. Pursuit drones swarmed. She punched coordinates. Warp drive spooled. Distress ping jammed. Silas doing. Fix it, or no deal. Silith bound now, claws zip-tied by Vorak's quick work, glared from the deck. Vorak hauled him up. Captain's order, sir? Karvek nodded, voice gravel rough, but steady. Secure him. Mara knelt before Silith. Offered a seat restraint. Release the jam. Let my people hear we're alive. Then you sit. Silith's optics narrowed. Leverage gone. You think humans change wars? She held his gaze. Try me. Fingers hovered over his wrist slate. He hissed, unlocked the jammer. Ping burst free. Earth frequencies lit up. Mara checked her own comm. Voices crackled. Human fleets inbound. Good. She strapped him down. Shuttle warped out. Dreadclaws vanished in streak. Karvek watched her. Competence radiated. No fear. Just routine. His crest rose. Instinctual pride. She met his eyes. Touched the scar. Voice back. Saved it for them? For us. He clasped her hand. Claws gentle. Vorak approached. Commander. Fleet channels flood with Silith's lies. Dominion clans rally. Proof? Karvek stood. Accessed shuttle broadcast. Voice amplified fleet-wide. Karvek to all wings. Silith betrayed oaths. Humans adapt. Fight beside them. Or fall alone. Static crackled. Affirmatives poured in. Vorak's squad saluted. Mara piloted steady. Stars blurred. Tension eased. But Silith chuckled from restraints. Clans hear your words. They send hunters. Your human won't save you twice. Karvek ignored him. Pulled Mara aside. Quarters hatch sealed. Her scent, oil, sweat, human warmth, filled the space. You hot-wired under fire. Like breathing. She shrugged. Technician life. Leaned in. Lips brushed his jaw. Soft against kitten. He froze. Crest pulsed. Mate bond urge surged. But he waited. Trust first. Her fingers traced claws. Chose me. Over them. Chose strength. Voice deepened. Pulled her close. Bodies aligned. Species differences forgotten. Heat built. Interspecies rhythm synced. Alarms cut the moment. Slate pinged. Clanships inbound. Silith's proof. Your broadcast. Terminate all. Shuttle shuddered. Weapons lock. Vorak burst in. Hunters vectoring. Arm. Karvek armed. Mara grabbed pistol. Silith smirked. They launched countermeasures. Fighters streaked past. One clipped the hull. Mara banked hard. Alliance frigate ahead. Dock now. Docking clamps engaged. Airlock cycled. Alliance Marines swarmed aboard. Silith snarled as they dragged him.
You'll beg, Karvek.
Karvek faced Vorak. Join Alliance. Or go. Vorak knelt. With you, Commander. Alliance Captain hailed. Proof accepted. Humans vouch. Welcome. Mara spoke into comm. Ellis. Tech lead. Distress answered. Captain grunted approval. Quarters ready. Interrogating the captain. Shuttle secured. Karvek walked Mara to quarters. Hand in hand. Her steps matched his stride. Door sealed. She pushed him to bunk. Voice works. Use it. He growled soft. Partners. Lips met claw. Spark reignited. But slate buzzed. New intercept. Then. 9 reports. Human biology key. Clans demand samples. Raiders en route. Escalation clawed closer. Karvek held her tighter. Voice whispered, "Together." Hull trembled. Raiders probed shields. One breath. Fists clenched. Bay doors beckoned again.